And good morning, everyone. This is Mr. Kasarian, and we are launching a rocket today. That's right, we are firing up a rocket. Alright, so what we are doing is test the decoupler. Now, I think that means it wants me to stage this thing, which is fine. We can stage it. That's not an issue whatsoever. Now, I'm going to try and do this in a bit of a weird way. God, do I not have... I thought I had struts. I really thought I had struts around here somewhere. I don't? Oh, well no, that's interesting. Cannot be attached laterally. It gives me a node, a lateral node. That does. That gives me a lateral node. But I kind of don't want to deal with it. I kind of don't want to deal with that. Alright, so we're going to just throw a camera on this thing. How much does that cost? Not a lot. We'll stick that right there for now. Beautiful. Okay, so without any structural support... There you friggin' are. Now, this thing's probably going to make me fly a little bit wibbly, but that's quite alright. Because we have this thing we need to test. Ka-chunk. Yeah, that looks wicked weird, but you know what? We're going to try it anyways. It ain't gonna work. I can guarantee that right now. We'll put it there. Actually, let me try this. Actually, hold on. Let's cheat a little bit. Nope, that still is shielded false, because where the attached node is sitting. Alright, well, let's just hope we do a stage set at the right altitude. Shall we? Yes, we shall. So let's save it. Let's simulate it. Because let's not launch this thing without simulating it. I just want to make sure I can actually control it and fly it in a vaguely proper manner. Forgot to do that. Now, the payload is a secret. It's an absolute secret. All right. So let's get ready to go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. We forgot the SAS, we forgot the SAS, we forgot the SAS, and this thing doesn't want to fly. Well, that didn't work. Alright, so, let's... Here's the problem, right? I can't really do a well, I guess what I can do... So I can do that, right? Or we can put our fins on a little differently. Theoretically, I can do that. Theoretically. But we'll give it sort of a cruciform tail shape. And then we're going to turn this way down. 37 on you, 37 on you. Let's go up a little bit. That should be good like that. And then do I have struts yet? I do. So let's zoom this in. Let's do that. Save it. Launch it. Well, simulate it. Because, I don't know, just to kind of make sure, you know, that we don't blow up horribly like we did the last time. Okay. For some reason I can't turn my ship. Alright, and launch. I can't rotate my camera either. Alright, so we have a fairly clean takeoff here. With the SRBs. We'll go for full throttle up right off the bat. What the heck? The heck is going on with this thing? Alright. That cost me some valuable time right there. Yes, computer, I am well aware that I can... I can't turn my camera today, which I don't understand why, but we'll, leave that as it may. I don't want to go that far over. You still can't rotate the camera, or move it at all, actually. Which is a little interesting. Just a little. And she's still wobbling like there's no tomorrow on it. Which is fine. All right, you know what we're going to do? We are going to... Staging, isn't it? We're going to stage her early. We are going to activate that stage. We're going to lock ourselves down onto our orbital vector. "30 seconds out. And we are going to ignore the message I'm getting from one of my friends in the lower corner of my screen. Losing a little bit fast there. Hold on. Interesting. This is not behaving like I expected it to. At all like I expected it to. This is a little bit of a derpy launch. We should still be able to make it work. As long as we don't fall back down into the atmosphere. That is really weird. Okay. I think we might have enough space. Well, this is a simulation anyways, but I don't think I needed the SRBs to be that large. Though I wonder what induced that oscillation halfway through my ascent. Alright, yeah, this is not going to work. Alright. Revert to launch, please. That was interesting. I want to see what happens when I launch this thing again. So let me bring you guys back in once we've done a couple launches. Alright, I think we're ready to go. Let's launch this thing, and hopefully it doesn't fall apart. Hopefully. I really hope it doesn't. I'll be really embarrassed if it falls apart on me. Like, super embarrassed. Alright, so let's activate SAS. We are go for liftoff. Alright, we're going up kind of smooth. I like that. I like that a lot. You can see I added some struts, changed the control surfaces. I actually just removed those SRBs entirely because they weren't really working correctly. They just weren't doing well, so I just stripped them off. But that is fine. Can I actually rotate? Yes, I can. So that's apparently is just the simulation issue then. That's not too bad then. Let's pull that up. Now, I think this will actually pay for itself. Oh, we're going over here. Come on. You know you wanna. This thing is ridiculously stable. I'm actually pushing full down on my pitch control, and it just does not want to go at all. I thought these were supposed to be maneuvering, and they are. She just does not want to go over. So we're probably going to have to jet this stage early then. Nope, we're starting to get there now. So we'll do engine cut out. Engine cut out. Not that far over. Not that. Oh, crap. That loop-de-loop was entirely intentional. I do not know what you were talking about. Do we not manage it? I was pretty certain we jettisoned it at the right altitude. Alright, so let's start picking up our orbital V. "45-degree angle should do the trick. Not the most efficient burn I've ever done in my life. Actually, it's a pretty crap orbit, but... It's actually a remarkably crap orbit, but that's neither here nor there. And we are just going to carry straight into our orbital insertion burn now. Let me edge this up a little bit. Honestly, if we end up in a 200-kilometer orbit, it doesn't really matter. All right? Quick cut. Spin her up a little bit. Oh, that's not what I want to do. That is fine, though. Because this actually gives me a lot more delta V in this stage. Or, yeah, it's a lot more effective because it has such a high thrust-to-weight ratio. Let's get it right down there. Should be able to get this thing orbital, though not with a lot of time. So one of the things I packed was this thing. The SAR altimetry scanner. Well, I can't see the map right now, which is fine. We're just going to tilt this down a little bit. Begin to circularize. Alright, that's close enough. Alright, so we are now in orbit. Configure visible buttons. ScanSat small map and the big map. Let's bring up our small map. We are low. Okay. So let's plan out. We're basically polar here. Let's plan out an orbit. Add maneuver. We want this brought out. There we go. 142. We need to go up to about 238. 239. Oh, that's good enough for government work. And we'll just rotate this thing down onto its track. Now, I think you want to be about 200 there. So, we'll do that. While we're up here, do we have any science available? No. That is fine. Yes, stage destroyed. I understand that. Okay, that stack decoupler is just not going to happen, all right? That apparently just isn't going to happen, so that's fine. But we've proven the efficacy of this probe. So why don't we do a bit of time? Oh gosh, no. No, 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 no. Here we go. Now, how much delta V is that asking for? Under 100, right? And how much delta V do I have is the better question. 300. So we should have enough time to deorbit this thing. Enough delta V, rather. 2, 1. Let's get her flipped up here. And I'm being impatient. $177. Okay, you know what? That's close enough for government work. And that leaves us enough that we can actually deorbit this thing. Yeah, stage destroyed, stage destroyed, stage destroyed. Right, and we didn't even finish a mission on this. That is fine, however. Okay, so we have ScanSat tracking now. That's good. That is very, very good. And that gives us some good scanning ability. Now, our electric charge is being wibbledy. Let's kill our SAS control. We should have enough enough power to carry us through, which is good. So we can go back to our Space Center and count that as a successful probe mission. And thankfully, we'll be able to transmit that science back. It won't be a lot of science, but there will be some science. Yay. Okay. So, continuing on with testing, let's check our contract center here. How much do I get for actually completing it? 3,000. Okay. I just want to complete it, that's the thing. So, let's go over to here. Right? let's do something kind of quick. So we have Space Probe 1. We're just going to take this, drop it in here. We're going to call it the Rogue 2 basic launcher. Save. Okay. That is actually not what we're going to do, though, because we're ripping off most of this junk. We showed you how much you got for completing it, but it doesn't. We're going to take this off. We're going to move these up. Pull mech jeb off. Pull that off. We're going to give it another 2 parachutes. And then, just to make sure this sucker survives. Actually, we only need the 2 that are on the top of it. Just to make sure that this stupid thing actually survives what I'm going to do to it. Control, structural, should be under utility, right? There we go. Uh-huh. Those are the small ones. Yeah, that'll do it. Now, of course, this is all going to be recoverable, right? So if I go over... Oops. Into my action groups. There we go. All right. So that should do that. All right, now let's go back into parts, shall we? And really, the only reason I'm doing this... derp. I love the derp pod. Okay, so let's go to structural, right? We need to test this thing. Which we can't, because these are in the way. There we go. Are these still shielding it if I inflate? Oh, yeah. Perfect. Okay, so those are there, those are there. Let's get ourselves some propulsion. We want something that isn't going to send us quite into orbit. Let's say it's a sounding rocket, shall we? And I just want to put mech jeb on for a minute. Oh, 5.3 something. Oh, yeah. And this is just going to be a sounding rocket, basically. So, sounding rocket 1. Literally, all this thing is going to do is go straight up. I don't even care enough to actually, like, work on it. I'm just going to launch it and see how it goes. Because I want this contract out of the way. So let's go to the VAB list. Warp to that, please. Sounding Rocket 1, standing by to launch. And we're just going to time excel through the rest of this day, shall we? A nice early morning launch. And that's under construction. VAB storage, sounding rocket 1, launcher. Hopefully, this'll actually work. Hopefully. Hopefully, it can get us up to that altitude, actually. Check our staging. Staging looks good. All right. First mystery go observation. Keep the data. Ready to go. No rocket boost needed. SAS on. Launcher. Oh, looks like we're trying to shake apart here. Holy Toledo. Things I should have probably tested this before I actually went out and launched it. Alright, let's prime our chute. Oops. Reset that. Keep the data, why not? And we're flopping back down into the atmosphere. Should have put some retro rockets on this thing. We have maxed out our G charts. Oh. Looks like our chute's deployed on emergency there. For some reason, those aren't deploying. That one doesn't seem to want to deploy. Nope. Alright, well, let's just speed towards the ground, shall we? That was not what we would call the most successful launch I've ever gone through. Honestly, it accelerated way too bloody fast for what I could deal with. Yeah, we're getting stage destroyed all over the place messages here. And we're going down towards the ground. So let's try this again. I'll be back in a few minutes. Alright guys, so I think I've decided that I'm just going to drop that mission entirely. Simply because I just did it again, and I tried to stage separate it correctly, and it just did not go. So I don't know why. Though these airbags are working fantastically. So anyways, guys, I think I'm going to call it an episode here. This has been Mr. Kassarian. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next episode. As always, happy flying.